How many of y'all have kids? I'm just curious. Here's what I need you to do.
Okay.
When I tell you this story, think about your kids. Think about your child coming home from a night out with their friends.
All right.
Laying down, going to sleep. Feeling somebody come in the room and wake them. And drag her out of bed, naked, forced on her knees, with her hands over her head.
Oh, God.
Begging for her life. Begging for her hero, her father, me, that couldn't be there. She was 5'3". She weighed 115 pounds.
Yeah.
Bang!
Dead. They just shot her randomly? The fuck did that for?
Because Alexander Devontae Dickey, who was arrested 39 goddamn times.
Of course. 39 arrests. What the fuck is going on? Really? This is how does this happen? Why do we live like this? And this is what remember what I was saying before about the 2%? Did you know that the majority of the violent crime that's committed in this country is by only 1% of the population? It's like 67 or something like that percent of all violent crime as a just like a fucking just overall number is committed by just simply 1% of the population.
25 felonies was on the street. How about that?
Not so good.
How good are we doing for our family? How good are you doing for your kids? He should have been in jail for over 140 years for all the crimes he committed. You know how much time he spent in prison?
2 years.
A little over 600 days in 10 years. He's only 30
I was right.
years old.
Jesus.
He was committing 2.65.
Wait, so he's 30 years old and he's been arrested 39 times? Oh my God.
5 crimes a year since he was 15 years old.
What the fuck's wrong with the judiciary? The problem is that people prioritize people changing. The priority in the justice system in a lot of cases is about the best interest of the criminal rather than the best interest of society. And I think that this inversion of morality and ethics has led to releasing a lot of these career criminals and violent people into the wild again, and then allowing everybody else to be their victims because of some form of performative empathy. Like, oh, well, people can change. People can change. Well, what if they don't? Who bears the consequences when a person like this doesn't change? Well, his daughter bears the consequences and not them. And so that's really where the problem is. It's this emotional inversion of values. And I think that people like this man speaking out about this is actually incredibly important because it goes to show the selfishness of this type of empathy. It's narcissistic performative empathy that basically puts other people in danger in order for these people to feel like they're doing the right thing.
Nobody could figure out
I'll watch it after
that he couldn't be rehabilitated. Well, you'd have to put him in prison to see if he could be rehabilitated.
Well, he's 39 arrests. He can't be rehabilitated. Like, I mean, if you've been arrested 39 times, you can't be rehabilitated. It's just that simple. And also, like, in the instance that you can, you have to do what's best for most people. And it's just simply not safe and not best for most people to have, like, any jury and any judge, if there's anybody like this, if you're saying, oh, well, what if they changed? Do you want this person to live next door to you? Probably not. And that's the problem. You need to get 40? Yeah, these people should be put out of their misery? Well, I think there's work camps, right?
Isn't that the idea of prison?
Yeah.
But no. My daughter wanted to be a teacher. She finally...
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 39 times, call me Joe Biden.
it's funny. It's not Biden's fault that this has been going on for a while.
He figured it out 2 weeks before she was executed. And I haven't heard a damn word from Byron Gibson in South Carolina. Not one word. 4 months, no communication. His biggest concern was that he was pissed off about my interview and how I made him look on the Fox News channel with Trey Gowdy. How pathetic is that?
Well, I think that's very revealing. The thing that they truly care about is the optics. It's not actually about keeping people safe or doing good or using your position in order to make the world a better place. It's about using your position to advance your own personal goals and your own personal, obligations and, intentions, and then to co-opt that and push it in that direction. That's really what it's about for them. It's all about how things make them feel and how things look. Both two completely like amorphous fake realities that they want everybody else to live in.
We're
It's
letting
selfish.
our 22-year-old
How can they
kid
stay in power? The reason why they stay in power is because you don't vote them out. Like, this is my policy, is that I will vote for whoever will be the most draconian, the most aggressive, and the most brutal on these people. That should be one of the main policies to go with. And if you do that, then it goes away. But the problem is that a lot of voters are afraid of doing that because it sounds bad. And that goes back to why I said that, a lot of people are controlled with emotion. Dehumanize them? Well, they're not humans, really. I mean, you think about this. If a person can't control themselves 39 times and they get arrested, what's the difference really between them and a dog? You can train a dog better than that. So whenever you really think about it, these people aren't animals because at least you can train animals. They're worse than animals. You're right that I don't really treat them like people. I don't. No, absolutely not. Because in doing so, I put other people in danger.
visiting friends. It's all she ever wanted to do was visit friends. And she literally was executed while on her knees.
Yeah, it's just great.
Begging for
Well,
her
the
life.
person that did this is just a psycho, right? Just a psycho, like, crazy person, like, criminal, right? And it's really pretty simple.
Her name's Logan Federico, not Irina. And you will not forget her. I promise you.
Nope.
You will be sick and tired of my face and my voice until this gets fixed. I will fight until my last breath for my daughter. You need to fight for the rest of our children.
He's right.
The rest of the innocents.
Absolutely
And stop
fucking based.
protecting the people that keep taking them from us.
Yep.
Please.
True.
You have the power. We put you in the power to do what you have to do.
And it's more important for them to use their power to make themselves feel good and to have good optics than to actually keep their constituents and the people that they represent safe. That's what's more important to them.
We're asking you, we're begging you all to stop this. 39 crimes in 10 years, 25 felonies. Can anybody there here explain to me, well, how possibly he could be on the street?
Exactly. How does this happen? Like, yeah, take me through the last, probably 15 years of this guy. How did this happen?
Possibly be on the street. How is it possible?
Outrageous. Crazy.
I could sit down in a room and I could explain the whole process of how it failed, how South Carolina failed, Logan. Okay? How lack of communication. What y'all did, you woke up a beast and you pissed off the wrong
Yeah, but
guy.
in May? Why you just
Because
hear
I'm
about
going to
this?
put
I
it
don't
out
know.
there. And I'm not going to be quiet until somebody helps. Logan's deserves to be heard. Everyone on this panel
No,
deserves
people are advocating, just go kill the guy as a vigilante thing. Like, no, killing somebody through vigilante justice. Like, I would, if he did that, I'd want Trump to pardon him. But that being said, I also, that's not a solution. Like, basically, whenever you have a factory that basically creates these people, like, getting rid of one of the cookies that comes out of that factory doesn't stop the whole batch. You want to shut down the factory. You want to stop the system. You want to stop the source of it happening rather than just one instance of it happening.
We heard.
Vigilante's a Band-Aid?
And
yeah,
we will.
I don't believe in that. It's a mistake.
Trust me. My daughter laid on the floor for 7 hours before somebody in that house recognized that something was wrong.
Yeah, I bet.
And that career criminal, an hour later, went on a spending spree with her debit card.
Yeah, he's playing Grand Theft Auto.
When they saw his face on a video, they didn't have to do a check. He was arrested so many times they knew
just knew who it was. Oh, it's Fred. Yep. Yeah, well, yeah, of course.
he was.
It's one of the
They knew
regulars.
exactly where to go get him.
Just went to his house.
Pathetic.
It is.
Absolutely pathetic that I'm here today. Thank you for your time.
Fucking base. Absolutely fucking unfathomably, unbelievably, completely fucking based. I am so happy to see this, and I'm glad that people are finally waking up to the side effects of this type of empathy. Let me go back over here. When an illegal alien goes to the emergency room, who's paying for it? The American... What is this?
And it is an undisputed fact, a fact. And it is an undisputed fact, a fact that under the Biden administration, illegal aliens were absolutely receiving taxpayer-funded healthcare benefits. In fact, in fiscal year 2024, Medicaid costs for emergency services for illegal immigrants skyrocketed by 142% from the previous year to $9.1 billion. That's $9.1 billion taxpayer dollars that were going to emergency services for illegals. Between President Trump's last full fiscal year under his first administration and Joe Biden's last full fiscal year, Medicaid spending on emergency services for illegal immigrants nearly tripled. There was an increase of 196% between 2020 and 2024.
Wow.
And I have a chart here for you,
That's
and
a bad
I'm more than
one.
happy to email
You
it
see
to you.
how it
I'd
goes
also
up?
like to add, because some were asking dishonest questions yesterday about emergency rooms. In Southern California, according to healthcare professionals in 2023, under the Biden administration, Southern California's, quote, entire healthcare system was being bombarded with illegal immigrants and forcing American patients to endure longer wait times. In Denver, Colorado, the CEO of...
Yeah, I've been to tons of emergency rooms, and there's people there. There's like a group of like 5 people there. None of them seem to speak English. Yeah, I mean, of course, maybe some of them are illegal aliens. Sorry, there's probably a pretty high probability of that. How do I know that? Because that's what we did when we didn't have any fucking money. So if you don't have any money, you go to the emergency room because they immediately see you. They don't ask for payment. You get instant service, and that's the way that poor people do things, right? Exploiting the emergency room. I just think, honestly, and I don't even know how this happens, because if you don't have identification, like every time I've had to check my parents in the past to the emergency room, like I had to sit up there and give them the insurance information and the, like identification card and everything. I don't know what you do if you just say, like, I don't have those. I have no idea. So yeah, emergency rooms supposed to be last resort. Yeah. You never guess how much the illegal immigrants contribute to the economy each year. It's hard to say.
Denver Health stated that 8,000 illegal immigrants made 20,000 visits to the city's health system in 2023, leaving an uncompensated bill totaling over $10 million.
Oh my God.
So when an illegal alien goes to the emergency room, who's paying for it? The American taxpayer. The main safety net hospital in Denver had to turn away patients due to the massive influx of illegal immigrants into the community. And UC Health Hospitals in 2024 reported their system was under stress from an increasing number of migrants. As a result, according to the head of emergency departments and urgent cares across the hospital system, quote, access is impeded for everyone. These are healthcare professionals who dealt with this directly, and there's a lot more where that came from.
Well, it's obvious if you have a bunch of illegal aliens in an area, they're gonna, take up services like this. I mean, obviously, you bring, even if you add in a bunch of people in general, that's what's going to happen. It's common sense, right?
when she finds out how many times I had to go to the emergency room whenever I was homeless. Hey, yo, I've been there before, not for myself, but actually I was. So there was a time I went to urgent care. I convinced myself that I had cancer. And so I went to the emergency room to have them check out some sort of, I don't know, bump on my leg, or maybe this was a blood clots thing. I forgot which one it was at this point. So I convinced myself of this. What kind? I think it was skin cancer, and then I thought I had a blood clot, etc. And so things, I'm a very anxious person. I'm a very, very high-strung, anxious person. And so I come in, and I look like me. And so they immediately are like, uh-oh, okay, what's wrong? Okay, so there's something. Okay, so do you do drugs? Like, is this a drug thing? Like, what's going on here, right? And they don't really know what's happening with this. And so finally they realize, like, what the issue is. And they're like, okay, we get it now. All right, well, we're going to come and see you. And after they did a test on me to make sure I was fine and everything, they just said, okay, leave. Go back under the bridge. Go back. Yep. Go back to living next to the train. Nope, that's okay. You don't need to pay. You don't need to sign anything. Just get out of here. Just get out. And they just told me to leave. That was it. And you did? Yeah, I did. I was like, okay, all right, fine. Like, I mean, I didn't really do a whole lot. So, yeah, they're like, shoo. Exactly. And because I looked like a fucking bum, bro. Exactly, yeah. And that's weird, too, because I look like you, and I think you cleaned yourself up a lot. Well, you should have seen me that day, bro. Like, I was even more of a mess than I usually am. I'll say that.